shadows where the whispers dwell, always trying to unring the bell. The red road calls a path less known, with haunted streets where the eerie winds moan. Creatures lurking just beyond the light, not just tales spun to frighten the night. The masquerade of ghosts, they walk along in this gritty realm. We're all too young. Take the red road, let the spirits unfold. Follow RezNeck Calkins, let the mysteries be told. Through the dark we'll weave into the unknown, with each step we take closer to home.
Welcome back to another week of Red Road Paranormal. What's your favorite RezNeck? Hope everyone's having a good evening. First thing off the bat, we need to get a little serious here, guys. We lost a member of the family. Condolences and prayers for my sons, their mother, their little sister, and the rest of the families. We lost one of their little sisters, and it's a rough one. I do gotta say, if anyone out there, if you're feeling that you're in a dark spot and you don't know what to do, reach out to someone for help. My phone's always on. Send me a message. There's others out there. There's support lines. Don't take your own life, guys. Especially these youth. You guys need to reach out. You guys need to talk. There's plenty of people out there for you, so please don't become another number. Don't become another statistic. Don't put your family through that pain. It's a shame. So, that being said, please, prayers for the Gajardo family and the Calkins family and the Davids family. Moving on, coming up next weekend, the 29th, you can catch me and Scotty Rourke at Old Baraboo Inn for the Mystical Full Sturgeon Moon event that we're having. First time ever that we are going to be welcoming all the native ancestors into the Old Baraboo Inn to investigate with us. We're going to do some of the stuff that we have in our culture, so you're going to be able to experience some of our traditions, our ways, our teachings when it comes to the paranormal. Make sure you get your tickets now at Eventbrite. There's only a few left. They're going quick. So please get on there. This is going to be a night to remember. And moving on from there, we have a lovely lady all the way from Ireland on the show tonight. Please welcome Miss Jenny Sullivan.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Good evening, darling.
Top of the morning to you. We don't really say that.
Oh, darn. I like that phrase. You guys don't use all the little TV phrases?
We don't know. We actually don't say top of the morning to you.
Oh, damn. Break my heart.
But we say it just for you guys. We'll say it just for you guys. Top of the morning to you.
So, now, this is kind of big of a time delay, guys. You got to understand. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning over there. She has graced us with her presence. Hi, everyone. I see you popping in. Thank you for popping in.
Hello, everybody.
Jenny, you have a pretty good following over here.
I have a family over there. I have amazing. I call these ladies and these guys my family. Absolutely. Yeah. We have been talking they have seen daylight here in Ireland. We were on video calls all night long. So, yeah, I should be used to this.
Right?
I should be used to it. I had a late one as well last night. Yeah, I should be used to it. But everybody, hey, Nancy and Gimme and Carol and Brian and everyone else I haven't mentioned.
Right. Yep. They all are like, oh, she's a favorite person when I threw the poster up saying you were coming on the show. Which, thank you again. This has been over a year in the making. Ever since I met you over at Brandon's house when he was on your show, I wanted to have you on. Yeah. It took this long for us to get together.
Better late than never. We are
right.
Here. We are here.
So, for those that don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. I started off in paranormal about 19 years ago. About 19 years. I cannot believe I've I'm still here today with it. I run Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers, and I run Shadow Whispers in the Night podcast. I've been to some of the most amazing locations, you know, Lep Castle, Hellfire Club in Dublin.
Nice.
That's something else. Redwood Castle, Limavady Workhouse. I've been to a lot of places. Yeah. Experienced some
Very
amazing
cool.
things. Excuse me, I have a bit of a head cold here, so if I sniff, just block me out.
It's all right. It's all right. You know, a lot of cool places I'd love to go to. That's the beauty about where you're at. You guys have some places that have some true, real history.
Yes, real. It's not just stories and books. You know, it's real, true history of it. And to get to these locations, to experience it, and to get the evidence of that history from it is fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous. I love it.
Yeah. I personally have an opportunity to come over there in 2028. I'm still trying to work out the details.
Okay.
So hopefully I can make it happen because some friends of mine that are going on tour over there.
Okay.
So I wanted to come. I can try with them.
Get over. We'll show you some amazing places. It's a long journey, but as we say in Ireland, you know, when some of the guys would tell me they're going off investigation, it takes them about 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, if not more, to travel. Thank God we don't have to do that. Well,
see, I love traveling. I do. It's when I'm the freest. You're not tied down by the house and everything, the day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
Getting out there and being free and doing something that we love is worth it.
Absolutely. And I love traveling, and I actually like traveling on my own. So, you know, I just kind of go off in my own space and go from A to B to get where I'm going to. Then I'll meet everybody there, but I like to travel on my own, and, you know.
Right. It gives you time to get that headspace cleared.
It sure does. Yeah. And so I'm not over talking or, you know, save energy for the investigations or whatever we're doing.
Yep. See, now when I'm traveling by myself, I got the radio cranked, I'm bouncing around, I'm using energy. Yeah. Steering wheel karaoke. Got to do it.
I love it. I travel on train because I like to travel like that. And so I put my sunglasses on and I people watch. And then I read a book about Lep Castle, and people are looking at me saying, why is she reading a book about Lep Castle? Why does she have a bag with a ghost on it? You know, and then we kind of strike up conversations about, you know, what can I ask you a question? What are you doing? And, you know, you're reading stuff about Lep Castle, and I've always wanted to go there. So I tell them who I am and what I do. And the stories that they could tell me about their own experiences. I have spoken to people on buses, on trains, in cabs, and the stories that they would tell me would be they've had their own experience. And so I'm sure they kind of relieved that I would not say something like, you're crazy or mad, you know, that is not real. Is that they want to know my experiences and where I'm going to. So, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, same here. When I'm traveling, I'm constantly handing out my cards. Person will be like, hey, you into paranormal at all? You usually can spot those there.
Yes.
Someone will be like, well, not necessarily, but I had an experience. And that's why I hand them over the card. And then they open up really quick. Oh, well, you want to hear about my experience?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's it. That's some woman said to me, I don't meet people like you every day. And I was like, well, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Right.
Some elderly lady. And then in a cab, I was in Dublin, and he said, oh, for like, you know, the weekend. And I said, yes, going down to a castle. And he said, oh, for, you know, we stayed over. And I told him what I do. So then he could tell me what happened with him about driving on a particular road, and he braked. He braked because he almost had, you know, seen someone going across the road. And he stopped, but there was no one there, but he could see this man walking into a wall. So he looked up the history and looked up the land of there, and someone had been killed on that road. So I said, you are very lucky to get to see that. You're very, you know, we have seen things, we've experienced some things that even today, the mind still boggles. The mind still, you know, fights with itself. The left side and the right side fights with itself. You know, did I see it? It is real. And you just kind of still, oh, look at the dog. Oh my God.
Yes, that's Robbie. It's been a while since he made an appearance.
Oh, lovely. My one's behind me, as always. Oh, he's beautiful.
Yep. Purebred blue nose pit bull.
I work with rescue animals, and I have 5 dogs. Hi, Carlos. I have 5 dogs and 2 cats, and he's beautiful. I've just seen him there.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
I have 4 cats and 1 dog. I'm thinking about looking for a puppy because he's getting up in age, so he's never had a puppy to raise.
Okay. Oh, that would be great for him. It'd be great company as well, I think, for him.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, on the left here, come on. He's being
beautiful. Then you see mine here. Harley, where are you? Yeah. And then we have my child.
Aww. He's a wee little guy.
Yes, little Harley.
Harley, I like it.
Miss Harley. And I adopted her when she was 9 years of age. And she's now 11. And there's one behind me somewhere on the floor in her bed. She's I only adopted her 2 weeks ago. She's a 15-year-old Chihuahua. And he's a little grumpy, but she's my John, and she's my baby.
The Chihuahuas, they get grumpy in their age.
Well, this one, perfect. And the other one that I have, she's in bed. She's beautiful. She's very friendly. But the boy who's 15, you know, he's letting me know he's 15. Sorry, Harley, my love, good girl. There you go. But yes, only for my dogs. I love them, absolutely love them.
Definitely.
I have a code.
I love my animals more than I do most people.
I'm not going to talk about people.
Hey, I'd rather talk to dead people than live ones most cases.
I love it. I really do. And my dogs, and I'm everywhere with my dogs. Love my dogs completely and utterly. I've decided just to stay with dogs forever. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I got a question for you now. You said you had a paranormal experience at a young age. What was it? Were you mind talking about it?
Not at all. It's very weird to explain, kind of. There was something that was seen in the sky, and I don't know if this makes sense or not. And I've said this a million times. I was coming home from my friend's house. I was a teenager. It was November. I was coming home from my friend's house, and hey, Brandon, and I seen something in the sky, but I didn't see anything in the sky, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'll answer. I'll tell you very quickly. I did take a dog. Was a rescue dog, a XL bully on a location, and he was a foster. Oh, she was a foster, and I couldn't get anything done with her. So no. But even my Chihuahua, I'd probably take her with me. There was a time when I wouldn't take a dog on an investigation because of the noise, the panting, the walking around. If you leave them, they cry and so on and so on. So I took this one with me because she was a foster, but I just thought I wouldn't be able to do that again because it's, I could see the rest of the team kind of getting annoyed because she was making a lot of noise and she had separation anxiety. But when I was younger, so I was walking up my garden and my brother's friend was there, and I said to him, "What's that up in the sky?" Even though there was nothing there for me to see, which was very strange to say. It was a clear November night. And then he started saying, it's the banshees. And I didn't like him saying that. So I told my sister about it. So she looked out the window. She got all of us inside. But it turned out people, family and friends started coming over to the house to have a look. It's my family home. We look across, there's an unused factory building. Above that, there were 3 things.
Okay.
It always kind of tightens my chest when I think about it. They were like the shape of Halley's Comet. And the shape of Halley's Comet, and it was like a smoky grey in colour. They were huge. There was 2 this side and 1 this side, but they was floating up and going down and floating up and going down. But when they went up, they went missing. So then two would end up this side and one would be this side, and they kept floating up and passing each other. We were looking at each other and looking at it, and I know it sounds like a movie, but they were huge, huge. And this went on for about an hour, and then we were calling, you know, picking my mum up from work, friends and family come over to the house. We were all standing at the front door looking at it, and then I can't even rebrand. You know, you're interviewing a potato. And at one point, one of them flew down through the hedge, that you could see the light going through the hedge, and shot right back up, as if to say, "We're real." Right. I had a man pull me behind him so he could get into the house first. We and I was tiny, so we were kind of pulling each other behind and literally screaming. Someone gave me a paper bag to breathe in, because in my mind, coming from a family of 11, there always has to be that one. Yeah. That one is me, happily me. And I knew something was odd. I knew something was different. It happened so fast. It came right down through the hedge. You could see it. And I say the length of it would be about 60 foot. It's absolutely huge, and shot back up into the sky. And then about 5-10 minutes after that, they had left. What it was, we never knew to this day. Never knew. And it sounds like a movie.
It's very interesting.
It does. It really is. It sounds like a movie, and I wish I could project to what I had seen.
Right. The first description kind of reminds me of the jellyfish descriptions of like some of the UFO people.
Oh.
It kind of reminds me of that, but then when you go on and describe everything else, it doesn't fit that narrative that I've seen.
They were smoky gray, like a cigarette smoky gray.
That's interesting though. And that's a lot of energy.
They were huge. And the thing is, I didn't even see them in the sky, to mention this.
Yeah.
And they had like round at the front, and goes right into a long tail. So what they were, I have absolutely no idea. I know it sounds like a movie, or it sounds like something reading from a book, but that was one that stayed with me.
Oh, if I experienced that, that'd stay with me. Trust me.
I wish I knew what it was, but I don't know. It was very weird. Very weird, but
very interesting.
Yeah, I know. And you have to experience these things. Doing what we do in this field, you have to experience them.
I'm open to all experiences. Me and Gwen had a very interesting one when we were driving through Kentucky last summer on our way down to South Carolina. We had some kind of creature from flying across, not flying, but running across the road in the middle of the night, just within our headlights.
Right.
And the mechanics of this thing was not the same of any living creature. Like the legs were moving different.
Okay.
The body was similar to maybe a fox or a dog, but just the way everything moved as we were going through the cornfields. And literally right before that, Gwen had woke up from a nap going, "You see them little yellow-haired boys with the black eyes? Run that SOB over. Don't stop for the children in the corn."
That's what someone said to me before. If I seen children walking down a dusty road, what would I do? Say at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I said, "Run them over." And
right, hit that gas.
Right, and someone said, "Jenny, you can't do that." And I said, "Watch me, brum brum, watch me.
Right.
We'll be doing it." What are you doing out on the dusty road at 3 or 4 in the morning?
Right.
Yeah.
You know. So, and then when we got to where we were going that night, I keep a camera on my dashboard for road cam in case something runs out, something happens. Went through the files, and there was only one file in an entire batch that was corrupt.
Oh, yes, see.
And that was it.
Oh.
So I've yet to find that few seconds of footage.
And can you go? Is it easy accessible that you can go back down the same road, or is it a travel?
No, I couldn't even tell you where we were, other than what state we were in. because we were leaving one location, and as I like to travel, I like taking all the back roads. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
put in avoid highways, avoid toll roads, and then we just go.
Okay.
So and it was in the middle of the night, so I have no clue. I just know I was down in Kentucky somewhere.
It was ET.
We were surrounded by corn.
See, that's why do you do that when you see it in movies? You see it in movies like
Right.
the Signs movie.
Hey, but the movies, they got to drop from something.
That's it. I seen the movie Disclosure Day. Excuse
I
me.
haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, it was quite interesting.
Okay.
I actually got emotional with it.
Really?
Yeah, that's just me. My goodness. Yeah, I would, Nancy. I always do. I'd go down. I'll just stay here and watch you on camera because I'm safe at my house, but I'll keep an eye out for you.
I'll gladly go back if I ever figure out exactly where we were.
Yeah, I always tell Nancy to go back down to her basement. Oh, you're safe, Nancy. You're safe. We're here. But the movie was quite interesting. So I'm not going to give it away what it was like and so on, but I will say it was the wording in it was, if you know, you know. Spielberg knows something.
Yep.
Somebody knows something.
Look at his movies he's always done when it comes to otherworldly content. And then look at what we're finding out in these disclosures. Some of that stuff mirrors. So obviously, either he knows someone behind closed doors that's feeding him the information, or he knows the experiences himself.
Yeah, the wording in this movie, the dialogue, caught me off guard. And if you know, you know. You have people in the cinema and go, okay, and it's just dialogue to them. But people like me or any of us would read between the lines thinking, and then it was a little bit, MF, what the frick? I know what you're talking about, even though it's encrypted. But if you know, you know.
Right.
It was
interesting.
Letting
out small messages for
right?
those that are awakened.
Right. And I was like, I hear you. I hear you, Stephen. I hear you. I know what you're talking about. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It's like a cryptic message to the people of the world, basically. And those who know will get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, of course she's going to do a lot of research. That's part of making content. You do your research. Whether you're making movies or doing what we do when we go out to these locations.
Yeah, yeah. I think he did the Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yep.
He did that. That actually.
That was way back in the early 80s, late 70s or something like that, I think it was.
The music that they play is my ringtone. And so those who hear my ringtone will know what movie it's from. And those who don't probably think I'm a little mad, but I mean, they wouldn't be wrong in either way.
There ain't nothing wrong with that either way yet. You're perfect. Don't change.
Never. Absolutely never. Gets better. Excuse me, I have a head cold and,
It's all right. It's all right. You got to keep apologizing. We're good.
Oh, a sniffler. And when I'm doing audio work and people are kind of making noises or whatever, and then when I listen back to my audio work and I'm like, who is sniffing? It's me. It's always me.
Hey, it happens. We're all human. It's last time I checked.
I know. Excuse me. There was one place up in the north of Ireland, a fabulous place called Shane's Castle. And it's under the tunnels. If anyone has ever watched Games of Thrones, they have filmed up there.
Okay.
They film in the tunnels. So when you see tunnels, that's why I've investigated for about 8 years.
Okay.
Every month consecutively, every month. We've been on the set of Winterfell, and I don't watch any of Games of Thrones, but I did know when that set was in it. Hi, Alicia. Hi, darling. Thank you, Selena. That place is everything and more. Oh my gosh, it was my first home, my first experience of proper paranormal investigation. I see my first full apparition there.
Nice.
It was solid black, and I was sitting in a car with a friend of mine, and we were late up for the investigation, so the guys kind of went down under the tunnel, so we had to wait for them to come back. There was about an hour, and me too. Well, I did the part, but I watched it, and I saw the toilets are outside, you know, the building outside. So I seen from the right going towards the left was a solid black figure, and you could see the side, the head, the nose, the mouth, the chin, the neck, shoulders, right down to the waist.
Oh wow!
And I'm watching, and this is solid black; you could not see through it. And I'm watching him go from right over to left. And I said nothing to my friend because I was analyzing it in my mind. And then my friend said, "Oh my God, did you just see that?" And I kind of got like Scooby-Doo or Shaggy. And I was like, "What did you see?" And she said, "I seen a waist and legs walking by." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I seen the top part. I seen the top part. Holy crap." So I said, "Put the key in the ignition." And I was like, I said, I ain't stupid, you know. So I said, "Put the key in the ignition." So I'm leaning towards her, and I'm kind of looking, like, have a pain in my eyeballs, kind of looking to the side of my window, because if someone was just staring through that window, because the stones, and you can hear crunching on the stones, I would have had to pay to get our car cleaned. You know.
Now, if I would have seen that, I'd been going right towards it.
You know when you're stuck and you're fixated, you know, kind of. We know the guys are not up from the tunnels because we would have seen the torches.
Yeah.
You know, when you're kind of stuck, you're frozen, and by the time you get to see it, it's gone. Or by the time you get the equipment out, it's gone. But the fact is, I seen the top half of the body. I seen the top half and solid black and the features, the nose, the chin, the neck, the shoulders. It was, I know I can say in my book that I you know, have I seen one? Yes, I have seen one. Yeah. Have I felt, you know, when you think, you know, when you're doing paranormal, when you're doing investigations and people say, oh, you know, there's malevolency and there's, you know, there's nice ones and kind ones. And we know that's all true.
Yeah.
You have to, I think you have to experience all of it.
Yeah.
You have to experience the scarier parts of it where, you know, something's malevolent, because when it teaches you to have your respect and location, you know, don't go in like really big balls and kind of like, you know, and shout and provoke.
Yeah, like them a-holes that are on TV all the time.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't want to be like them famous guys and go in and talk schmack and stir things up.
I seen it happening. I'm kind of sitting there. I'm thinking, thank God it's dark in here so you can't see me rolling my eyes, you know. Just,
right.
Like, stop.
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to do, you know? If you have facts about something, then you call them out. But you don't be silly and be trying to fight with them.
Right.
You know, who are you fighting with? Who are you fighting with?
Yeah.
But there was that night in the tunnels, and the guy who ran the team at the time said, "Jenny, I want you to call out and I want you to provoke." And I said, "I'm not really comfortable with provoking," because I was relatively new, about a year, I think. And I knew the tunnels well. And I said, you know, we have guests with us. I don't really want to do it. I had no choice, really. So we were doing a reenactment. And so this guy was sitting on a chair with a hood over his head, a rope around his neck. Someone was holding onto the back of the rope. Someone's filming it. And his hands are tied behind his back. So I'm calling out because we knew there were soldiers underneath these tunnels. And, you know, it's you know, we used to walk down the tunnels by ourselves, and it was quite uncomfortable. But oh gosh,
interesting, Carol.
I love that. Excuse me. And so I was calling out. Yes, that's true as well. That's true. Yeah. Oh my gosh, even in my own house, you know. Oh my goodness, stuff. Jesus.
Yeah.
But I'm calling out, and I'm doing the provoking, and then I'm ordering this soldier, this army man, away, and I got a little too comfortable with it. It was quite good. It was quite nice, you know. I found my feet. So I was kind of like, I'm giving you orders. You know, you said you wanted this guy and you wanted to, you know, do away with him. So he's here. Have him. He's vulnerable. Take him. I said, are you wasting my time coming here? You know, I could be at home having a glass of wine, watching a movie, but no, you keep telling me you want X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. So anyway, a few things happened, and like the rope was kind of getting tight up. But you know when someone's holding the end of the rope and you don't know what hand movement, hand tiredness, holding your arm up, you've got to take, you know, oh my God, the rope is moving. You know, your hand is probably tired. And, you know, and this guy is probably 4 foot nothing, you know, come on, Rick.
Right, get over with.
Yeah, look, take him. Yeah. So little things happen and so on. Then throughout the night, we need what's a flak jacket? Is that right? A flak jacket?
Excuse me. Explain that one for us, Greg.
Oh, Greg. So later on in the night, we continued on investigations, and then I was told to bring my group down into the tunnels and go back into where we investigate, or where we had provoked and did the reenactment, and there was the end of the night. So we went down in, and we walked in, and I've never in my days was hit in my face with the smell of sulfur. Now, you know, this was sulfur. This was the strongest. It burnt the hair of it burnt my nostrils, you know, that smell. And then on my throat, the top of my palate had irritation of the smell was that strong. So I was saying, right, let's continue. And one girl said to me, we shouldn't, because, you know, this is a warning. And I'm like, I know.
Yeah, right.
This is what we're here for, you know. If they know we're here, we know they're here, then we continue on in. And she was, yeah, I actually do. Yeah, I do.
See, I was hoping you was going to say it's like one of them hug me jackets.
You know the one you can put all you know, like a fishing jacket you put everything into?
See, I want one of the hug me ones that where they strap the arms behind you like this.
Yeah.
Straight jacket, that's what I want.
I want to get some people for Christmas presents.
Right? You find one that's about a 5X, you know, instead of the United States.
I need to get one. I need to get a few people some. What happened? So she was saying we should not go in because of the smell of the scent. Yes, Ireland and Scotland. I love Scotland. I absolutely love Scotland. It's my favorite place to go to. So she was saying we shouldn't go in. They know we're there. Let's continue on. And I said, no, let's keep going in. So we're walking in, we're walking up. You see a lot of mist. And we are beside a man-made lock. So we have to pull all of that. But the smell of sulfur was something that was powerful, absolutely powerful. I never wanted to smell it again. And because we had public with us, I said, fine, okay, fine, we will leave. So as we're turning around and leaving, and I said, I don't know why we're leaving. I'm laughing at Greg saying that. Your arms are tired. How can you scratch? So
meditation, Greg, meditation.
Will it? So as we were leaving, I said, I don't know why we're leaving for if they know we're here. But within that moment, within 10, 15 seconds later, it was like the Matrix. It's as if something ran towards me and face to face with me, or ran through me, because my eyes closed, my hearing went, and my head went back slowly and came forward slowly, like the Matrix.
Okay.
It was very surreal. It was like my head was underwater. My hearing went. I just closed my eyes, and it was surreal. It was a warning. I think it was a warning.
Yeah.
And it has taught me. Yeah, it has taught me a lesson, you know, that this man was really annoyed with me. I did manage to go back down to it last June, where I was doing a tour, and I brought the group to Shane's Castle, and, you know, my good friend Roisin was there, and luckily that we got the keys to bring them actually into the tunnels. Excuse me. And it was so good to go back into it. It was my stomping ground. It was just felt like home to me. And I didn't feel that fear anymore. It was my chance to say goodbye to it, because I've been investigating it for about 7, 8, 9 years. And when the team had broke up, I never completed to say goodbye to those tunnels. It was phenomenal. The place was full, but I felt comfortable in it. And then I was telling everyone and people who loved Games of Thrones, this is where it's filmed, and so on and so on and so on. So at the end of the tour, because I had about 25 guys, people from America that I was doing tours in Scotland and Ireland with, and we were sitting having dinner on the last day, and I said, any plans for the weekend? Now you're staying at a few days longer. And they said, yes, we're going to the Games of Thrones set, the one that's made up. Yeah. And I said, but you have been on the real one. You're going to a makeup one, but you've actually been on the real grounds. I'm like, what? Yeah. What? You've actually been on the grounds?
Yeah. Why would you go to the fake one?
You don't, no one gets into that place. Nobody gets into the place unless you know someone. Yeah. And you've actually been in the place. You're going to a studio now, but you've actually been in the place. Hello. You've been in the place. You're welcome. Right. Yeah. So I was like, okay.
I kind of wondered when they recreate these like special places like the tunnels or different shows, if some of the energy can't transfer and have activity at these sets.
They do. People have left the tunnels. The people who are setting up in the tunnels have left, walked out. They were in there by themselves, putting up, you pick this huge rock and you go like the strongest woman in Ireland, but it's made of foam. But it was kind of like fun at the time. And there was about 100 candles that were lit, that were not lit, but they were used. And I said, we could take some home with us. And I actually put mine back because I'm not taking whatever's in this candle home with me. So they all followed suit, monkey see, monkey do. They all left those back as well. But there was people down in the tunnels by themselves. And I'm like, they don't know, do they? They don't know. But they found out.
A lot of people don't realize if you take something, you have to give back.
Yes. I think
you have to have that trade there. Otherwise, you're going to have something
and
not too pleasant to deal with.
Not especially from those tunnels. There's more malevolency in the tunnels than there. And there was one particular piece of audio where the founder had sent me on an EVP and said, Jen, let's have a listen to this. So we left recorders running as we went up above ground to go for a coffee break. The audio that he sent me was a female. You can hear us talking echoily in the distance, and you can hear the crunching of our feet on some of the stones and so on. And then you can hear this woman. And I thought, I don't see him anymore, so I don't have that audio. But you hear a woman saying, "Here they come, here come the living." And I was like, hello. I am EVP obsessed. I'm EVP obsessed. And that was one of the best ones that I've heard. You'll hear a lot of like Jenny, different people's names and so on. And it's great when they call your name. It's great when they call your name because you build a rapport with them, or you just kind of open yourself up to them and so on. And there was vaults on each side of these tunnels. And they're about 30, 40 feet in, if not more. And we used to have to stand in there by ourselves. We're facing the wall, torches off. Yeah. And I was like, no. So I get one of the girls, get in with me. Come in with me. So I'm not stupid, I'm not, because anything could happen in the tunnels. Anything can happen on any location. You've got to be safe. Mm-hmm. So, no, I always get someone to stand in with me. I know the tunnels well, and I know.
Always take a boo buddy with you.
Excuse me. I tell one of the girls, and she look at me, and I'd look at her, and I'm like, get in here with me, and it was a very interesting place. And I said I never, ever wanted to smell sulfur again, ever. Then up about 2 years ago, I was in Lep Castle and I was in the bloody chapel, and we had a friend over from Washington, D.C. So I took him to Redwood Castle and I took him to Lep Castle. And I said, what do you think of the castle so far? And he said, yeah, they're fine. And I'm like, fine? These castles are just fine. You travel from Washington, D.C.
Right.
And I said people would swim the oceans to get over to Lep Castle, but it's fine. And we were in the bloody chapel, and I said, the bloody chapel can be a little bit quiet sometimes. I prefer the second floor, but it can be a little bit quiet. And lo and behold, sulfur happened again. Only me. And I thought my coat was on fire, and I'm the host of the night, so I have to keep my head. If you lose it, you're dropping the ball. You have to be focused. And I thought my coat was on fire, and I could taste the sulfur, and I knew it didn't come from anywhere. I know there's windows there, but there's no glass in it, but it smells like that would waffle through the window, and everyone will smell it. But no, I got to taste it. This poor guy, I mean, he was smaller than me and skinnier and whatnot, so I grabbed his arm like, get me out. No, this poor boy, I could have picked him up and put him over and put him down. And I just said to him, I need to leave here. I need to leave the bloody chapel now. I know. And I need to leave the chapel. And I said to everyone, can anyone smell that? And they said, no. So it was only me again. But they always, and I know someone said to me, not all sulfur is bad. I'm going to take the bad sign, and I'm going to leave that area and not wait for it. I think it was kind of to let me know,
you're sensitive, and they wanted you to know because you're the leader of the group.
It's me, and I always, I go in, and people, some people do protection, some people do grounding, and so on. My mantra is, today is not the day, and I am not the one.
We got to investigate together, darling.
Oh, I'll go in. I will go all in.
I go in peacefully and respectfully. I always drop tobacco down before I go in and do a proper investigation. If we're just going to go hang out, then I just go to hang out. If I'm doing a proper investigation, I have a little conversation with them first. And on the other hand, I live by FAFO.
My favorite song is Oh, Lord Jesus. My favorite song is FAFO. I was only listening to it last night.
F around and find out.
Yes.
I'm not the one. I will leave you here in peace. I want you to be coexisting with the human life, living. But if you're going to mess around, I'm going to do my best to say goodbye, and I'm going to send you off somewhere else.
Yeah, that would be yes, the same, Carlos. Yeah, we always say thank you very much, and we always say it on every investigation. We say hello and we say goodbye.
Yep. And you introduce yourself to the spirits while you're there.
Always. I get
I'm Rez.
Excuse me. I get the whole group to say, to introduce themselves, and I'd say, I said, I know you remember me. I hope you do. My name is Jenny. But there's one particular room in Leck Castle, and it's my it's such a, oh my gosh, it's such a malevolent room. It's such a malevolent room where, and I'm at that point now, darling, today is not the day, and I'm never the one. We're not doing this. Excuse me. And there's a guy in that room, and I don't want to get wrong if people have investigated. He's malevolent. He doesn't like women, and I have done Spooked Ireland with Chris Fleming when he was in Ireland, and we filmed in the castle.
I know Chris. I've watched the show.
Yeah. Episode 4, Spooked Ireland. I totally different hair, blue hair, and it's that room where we had the spirit box on, and we had people downstairs, and we were kind of sending questions down to each other and so on. And I said, "What are you going to do with the women in this room? Only the women in this room." And he said the RAPE word. It's so clear. Right, Nancy knows this. My name is Billy Hunt. That's silly. And he said the word RAPE, which I won't say out loud. And so that's when I thought, oh, UMF, okay. And I couldn't say a lot because it wasn't my investigation. I was invited by another group, so I couldn't control this one. But when I did go back, I have one of the best EVPs from that room. It's residual, but It goes to show what the castle was when they took young women over or took women over for the pleasure.
Yeah.
I actually have this on audio, and you can hear him saying her name. And nobody that I know of knows this woman's name in Lep Castle. That audio has never gone up. I can send it privately, but it's never gone up. And it's very hard to make out until I had to record it again and bring it down a little bit, and you hear everything that's being said. And I have a lot of Jennyisms. Alicia, I didn't meet them. No, I didn't. I worked with, I think, at Haunted Destinations from Canada in Lep Castle. They were lovely to work with. And then the Spooked Ireland team with Chris, but I didn't get to meet the was it Fear Project, which I would have liked to, but I knew they were there. So that place for me, and I know there's a man in that room, and he doesn't like women at all. So I'm kind of like, well, okie dokie, this is my,
Right.
this is my, I'm that woman. I am that woman. Someone said to me, Jenny, you can't say that.
Sure you can.
Did you say can't to me? I'm the host, darling. I am the host. You know, I will say it. And if I say anything in that room, it's not from disrespect, it's from fact of what I know and what I've heard and so on.
Right.
But that's one particular time we were there a few months ago, and I asked the men to leave the room. So it was just going to be women in the room. And I'm sitting in that long table. I'm sitting, and over by the door, there's a long curtain, and the door was closed. But you have a lamp on. But I always play that audio for the men to hear it in that room, whatever man is in that room, so they can listen to themselves. And I said, so now there's women here now. I said, you know, there's about 8 women here. What are you going to do? There's a fly flying around me. And little bugger, and I'm still there. But I seen his head, but it was like sideways. But it was like coming out that you can actually see the shadow on the wall, but it's up at the highest point of the wall. And I'm staring at it for about 10 or 15 seconds, if not longer. Right, yeah, you see, that's me mentally. Do something that I haven't been through already, darling. You know, do something that I haven't already been through. That's my mantra.
Show me something new.
Do something that I haven't already been through. You know, a woman who has no F's left to give is a very dangerous woman. So, you know, and I'm not
very much so.
Right, I'm not disrespectful in locations, but you know, and I don't, like I said, I'm not disrespectful, but if I have facts, yeah, we're going with that. But I seen the shadow of his head, but it's high up off the wall. So I'm kind of scanning the room, all the women are sitting at the table, that there's no reflection of them on the top of this wall. Then it kind of moved back in, and then it kind of came out again, as if to say, I'm going to give you a little bit of what. Thank you. I'm going to give you a little bit of me. And I was like, oh, you know, there was kind of like punch in the air, kind of like, you know, you actually showed me yourself, and it's kind of phenomenal that he was goating me.
It was teasing you, yeah.
Yeah, and I was a little bit, you know, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, you know. Okay, okay. Yeah. You know, I've heard you, but I've never seen you. And did you just show me yourself? And I was thinking, oh, I could be that. You know, when you're kind of punching air and you're punching nothing, I'd be that person.
So bring it on.
I'm punching air, but I'm punching nothing.
I actually have a friend that shoulder checked a ghost, supposedly. It's on film. It's his name is Hero. He's from Another Thing Supernatural. If you watch as he comes into the room, one of his team members under attack, he comes through the door. You hear him hit something. Then across the room, you hear the shelves, something bounce off the shelves.
Okay, I like that.
You know, and he claims to be the only person ever to physically shoulder check a spirit.
Okay.
He's trained in a lot of the old Navajo ways of protection and dealing with the paranormal and the supernatural in their part of the culture.
Okay, I love that.
You
I
know?
love that. Yeah, I think everyone should experience a little bit of the, can I say the word badness of paranormal or investigations?
You have to see it all to respect it all.
Yeah, yeah, that's what
You
I
know?
respect, you know, like, oh my God, you know, we're not just listening to voices. This is
Yeah,
real, real, you know, as much as you
it
say,
is real.
yeah, this is when I first started out, like, this is real, real.
Yeah, I
And
grew up in haunted houses, having experiences from a young age. So I've
yeah,
known all about it. So now that I've come look so many years back, that's always been send me to your deepest, darkest spots. Because the
mm,
darkness goes the opposite way that I do. It will not stand in my light. You
yeah,
know?
that's it. And I seen a light. Oh God, let me tell you, I just looked out my window and I see my own reflection and I frightened the bejesus out of myself. So I should
That's
cut.
why all my windows are covered in here and it's dark.
I frightened myself in my own face. Um, but I some of the stuff that, like when they say your name, oh my gosh, there's two girls, Emily and Charlotte, in Lep Castle, two of the little girls, and they have passed away in that castle. And and you know, we know about them and we always play games with them, and I just seem to um I just seem to be that female role with them because I have two daughters as well. So I kind of really opened myself up, and the stuff that we've gotten is mind blowing. It's when I sit and think about it, it's just a lot. But I did the ITC, which is one of my favorite things to do. Whereas we have my mobile phone, we use the WhatsApp. Somebody calls me on WhatsApp. I answer on speaker. I put it into a part of the building with a recorder, and I'm going to take the other phone away to another side of the building or the castle or so on with us. And then there's nobody on that floor. Everyone's together.
Yep.
So we do a call out, and the stuff that I have from it is phenomenal. Absolutely. I could do a 5-hour show on EVPs just playing what I have.
Nice.
So I was saying we're going to sing Ring a Ring a Rosie, but you can hear it. You can hear, and I'm looking at everyone, and I'm like, hold your breath until your face is blue. Hold your breath. Do not breathe. Do not talk. Did you really? And yeah, that's it, Carol. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Really, like it's no chance. I do. I love my left. I'm going back very soon again. Hi, Morgan. What was I saying there now? What was I saying? I was saying something. Oh gosh, that's my memory. See, that's my memory.
It's all good.
I forget,
You
but it
know,
will come back to me. It'll come back to me.
right. So we are getting up to the top of the hour. There's a couple of things I normally ask people.
Mm.
One of them is it sounds like you've had plenty of moments, but have you had your oh shit moment yet that made you rethink about doing work in the paranormal?
Yes,
What's that moment?
I actually have. Excuse me. It's an EVP moment. It's an EVP moment where we were in Lep Castle, and one of the guys said to me, Jenny, why don't you call out for your friend? My friend had passed away. Why don't you call out for your friend? And I'm like, why would I call my friend out for? This is Lep Castle. We live 2.5 hours away from Lep Castle, maybe 2, something like that. I said, why would I call for my friend? So we had the spirit box on, and I said, Neve, when I go and visit you, who do I take with me? What do I take with me? Who do I take with me when I go visit you? We heard nothing on the spirit box at all. We heard nothing. When I got home and I did audio and that part came up, and I said, Neve, when I go visit you, what do I take with me? This came through, which sounded like the spirit box, but we did not hear it. And she said, dogs.
Nice.
And I always took my 2 big dogs, Zach and Riley, with me, because I go to her and I said, now, Neve, when I'm looking for an answer, only you would know, I have my dogs with me. And I was picking up something off the floor. And when I heard that, and the headphones were on, when I heard that and I sat up, I'm like, excuse me, did you reply? Did you say dogs? Did you say dogs? And I'm kind of like, when it's your own personal experience with your own best friend who passed away, it gives you more hope. It gives you hope. And then, and I listened to it again and again and again, and I played it for people, but I didn't tell them what the reply was. And people are saying, I'm hearing dogs. I'm hearing dogs. And I'm like, if someone else can hear it and not just you, because you know what you take with you, so you know what the answer is in your mind. So it's powerful suggestion. They could tell me dogs as well. And I'm like, is that somebody manipulating? Reading my mind, or is that really my friend Neve? And I think then at that time, I thank you so much, Alicia. Alicia, I've adopted a 15-year-old 2 weeks ago, a little Chihuahua. He's a little grumpy, but he's over there somewhere on the floor. But I've 5 dogs, all rescued, the best dogs, all rescued. So that was the moment when I thought to myself, I needed a break from it because it was personal, and the rest of the oh shit moments, bring them on. We love them. Yeah, I mean, it took me years before I would go to the bathroom on my own, because they'd come to the bathroom with you, and I'm not running. I'm not giving people a lifelong therapy sessions that if I have to run out of that bathroom, the way I am, the way I am. So I don't want to give people lifelong therapy sessions. So
I look at it like this: they're with us no matter what we're doing. We eat, sleep,
right,
have sex with them. You're in the bathroom with them.
Yeah.
There's no escaping. There is no privacy to the other side.
That's it. I won't even if my children are not in the house, I have to wait until they come home before I shower. I ain't stupid. I've seen way too many movies. Even in this house, there's a man in this house, and I have him on audio. And I was sitting here one night, and at 2 a.m, and I kind of got brave, took the recorder out, and I said, if I know you're here, you've been seen here, but we know you're here. Then this is just back here. Then I heard my name, Jenny. And on the recorder, you'll hear me saying, did you just say something? Did you try and say something? Because I actually heard him saying my name, Jenny. There's no man in this house. There was nobody in this house at the time. My daughters were away for the night. So when I listen back to the recorder, I can hear a man saying, Jenny, my name. Now, there's always a man that says my name, Jenny, just my name, nothing else but Jenny. No matter where I go, it's always my name. Even I did a show here in New Orleans many years ago, and I have that video as well. It's kind of, my face is very funny on it, because we're all having a conversation. There's 5 in the panel, we're all having a conversation, and we're laughing and so on. And then, I'm kind of like smiling and talking away. And then I heard my name. So I'm smiling. I was like, and I'm like, I'm looking at the panel, and I'm like, and I have the video, I'll send it on to you. And I'm kind of like, I heard this. I heard my name, but I didn't say it to the panel because it was like a funny panel, so nothing was taken seriously.
Yeah.
And so I listened back to it, but then through the microphone, you'll hear that static coming through. You know it. You know something's about to happen. You hear the static coming through, and then it stopped, and then the static came through again, and then you'll hear breathing going, Jenny. And that's when I was kind of smiling. It's like, and I'm looking at the panel and knowing I have that video as well. And my twin said to me, Jenny, stop. And I played it for her. She didn't like it. Right. You remember, Carol? Right. Always behind me. Oh, those lights. Remember? That was only a few months ago. I remember that the lights behind me. So I'm thinking, is it the lights? It's electricity. So they're not batteries. Is it the bulbs are gone? I don't know. But many people on my show had said these lights had just blocked out. A certain part of the lights had blocked out.
He's drawing energy from the lights.
Right. And me being me will always think electricity, the plug, the bulbs. Checked all the bulbs in it. And did you see him tonight? I felt cold on my leg.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it because I thought I seen a point where the lights got brighter for a second and dimmed again.
Would it be would it be camera focusing on me moving about? Because that's happened many times.
I don't know. Well, I'll go ahead and rewatch this. I normally don't rewatch this. I don't like listening to my own voice. I want to rewatch this.
I watch back my shows, and there's many times I play back on one particular. I said, Jenny, my God, and the banter that we have, the crack we have. Oh, I mean, Jenny, you're funny. I make myself laugh. I'm like, you're a bit of a gobshite as well, but you know, it's funny looking back on some of the shows that I've done. My goodness, stuff that come out. You did, Carol? See them blinking there now, and I'm thinking, is it the camera that's kind of? Is it the camera that's focusing into it?
I don't think so, because you haven't gone on a focus at all or anything.
And we did do a call out. We all in the show one night, and we did say, if you're here, can you make those lights dim again? Can you make them a little brighter, or you can make them dim? You can do whatever you want with them.
So we are at the hour mark, my dear.
That was quick.
So I know it flies by when you got good conversations.
I thought.
The last thing I'm going to ask is ask everyone.
Yes.
Money is not an option. Security clearance is not an option. You go anywhere in the world to investigate. Where are you going?
I've always said the Vatican.
I like that.
Well, because I know they got secrets, and I want to know what they are.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of secrets down there.
I've always said the Vatican. I mean, there's plenty of places I want to go to. The Doll Island, and the Doll's Island, and I know you can do a day tour there. But the Vatican, yeah, could you imagine?
Right, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I think we'd be scratching our heads more leaving there than we did on the way in.
I know. A friend of mine, Tracy, said to me one time, and thank you so much, Carol. I know my friend Tracy said to me one night, she goes, Jenny, what happens if we're the ones who've passed over and we're the ones looking at the people who are alive? And I said, Tracy, my brain has just almost thought it has it figured out. Please don't correct my brain. Please don't make me go down the rabbit hole. Let me alone. Leave me be. Let me think what I want to think.
I've thought about that. I've had many nights going, well, what if we were the ones on the other side?
Yeah.
Or what if we were in what they call the Matrix? I've gone down them rabbit holes.
Yeah, and it's kind of like my brain doesn't have the capacity to carry that much on it as well. So let me just kind of figure out what I've seen, heard, being touched. Have you ever been touched?
Yes.
Isn't it such a different feeling?
I've had two of them that left me curious. One of them was a warm hug. And I've never, ever had a warm hug before. I was in a location. There were children there, a mother, and some other things there. And this building had dated back to, I think, I want to say like 1800s, early 1900s. And I sat in a spot where the mother normally sat at. Well, I think what she did was she came behind me, hugged me, kind of like across the shoulders down, and kind of around the waist, like you do if you're coming up behind a loved one. I think that was her way of signing to the children that were stuck in this location. Hey, this is a good one. He'll protect you. When he leaves, you follow. Get the hell out of here. Because shortly after that, I had some little ones hanging around the house.
Did you really?
Yes. So, and then me being fresh into what we were doing, I was like, after a few weeks went on, and I got confirmation. Yeah, I am seeing little shadows.
Yeah.
Like, well, you either got to go on into the light and be the creator, or you go back to where you come from, but you can't stay here all the time.
That's it. Well, yeah.
And unfortunately, they went back to where they were used to.
Oh my gosh.
We've gone back to that location since. We've managed to help them cross over and the mom.
Oh, you did. You
So,
did.
yes.
Okay. That's good.
So,
Yeah.
you know, but that was the only time I've ever had a warm sensation sitting down. And I had to literally get up and go outside and smoke a cigarette
Yeah.
because I had to wrap my mind around what just happened.
You have to sit with it.
Yeah.
And I kind of say appreciate it.
Yes.
Sit with it.
You know,
Dissect it. Yeah.
You know, a cold touch wouldn't have bothered me. Like, oh, you're
Very,
here. How you doing? What's up?
and it's a different feel, isn't it? It's a different
Yep.
feel. I remember in one of my old locations I've done for about 12 years, and I remember was standing in the dark in the kitchen area, standing in the dark, and I said, and I was making sure that people are not too close to me and so on, and people stand away from me and so on, and I'm calling out. And then I said, my left arm is being touched. My left arm is being touched.
Yep.
You just know that different touch. And you know when it sometimes feels like they say spider web, or it feels like, but
Yep.
my friend said to me, what did it feel like? And I said, a feather. No, I've never said a feather. Yeah. It felt like a feather running up my arm. So he goes, okay. Then he turns the light on and so on and so on. And we had a guy in the stocks, you know, Jenny, could you hurry up with your questions? My back is killing me. No, I'm enjoying it too much. You know, you're in the stocks, love it. And we put the light on and no one is standing beside me. They're all away from me. And one of the guys said, Jen, look to the right side on the floor. And I'm like, am I going to see something looking up at me, you know? Kind of give me a little warning, you know, because I'm all Irish in locations. If we're doing a live, I'll apologize before we do live, because when you're live, things are weird. And I don't have a bleeper, so I'm all Irish on locations. And then I seen a feather on the ground to the right of my foot, but yet my left arm was touched with it. The boys had found a feather in another room earlier on the floor, picked it up and put it on the counter, and said, "Do something with it." And so I'm saying to the boys, we don't joke around. Don't be wasting bloody time with this. Don't joke around.
Right.
And you know by their reactions that they didn't do anything with it. So, you know, they're thinking, you know, for bringing the feather in, or to validate that my arm was touched, not just by the spider web kind of thing, but by the feeling of a feather.
Yeah.
So it was a bleep, bleep, bleep moment.
All right. I had one of them bleep moments too. We were close to the house here, checking out a location that it was the first time anyone had ever investigated it.
Aye.
And it's actually a location I'd love to buy and actually restore it so we have somewhere to do research. But me and another investigator were sitting here in this area. It used to be a bar, and we have one of JW's pieces of equipment now, JW Prather. And of course, you know, when you use his ITC equipment, you become the antenna. So I'm holding this box sitting on like a tiny little chair, you know, camping cot. And then I'm holding it, I'm trying to communicate. And he decides he's going to come up and put his hand on my shoulder to see if we can make a bigger antenna.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Combine both of our energies.
All right, yep.
So we're sitting here, we're talking, I'm holding this box. Next thing I know, my junk starts tingling like electricity, and it feels as cold as someone dropped it in the freezer.
Oh, okay.
So I'm getting fondled here. At the same time, he goes, "That's okay," because my butt cheeks are frozen all of a sudden.
Really? Okay. And so, what a succubus?
we both got molested at this location.
Yeah, it was a succubus.
Yeah. Whatever works.
That's right. I tell you, after watching that movie, The Haunting, is it The Haunting? The Haunting, where, you know, she was, when she's in bed, you could see her skin being touched and whatnot. And that movie for me, I watched it when I was a teenager. Stayed with me forever. Stayed with me.
The Entity. I think The Entity had something like that too.
Is it The Entity? It was where when she's in. Oh gosh.
It would have been from like the early 80s.
Yeah, they moved into a new house and the parents lived next door. And when they went camping and followed them, that movie ruined my childhood. I even to this day, I do not shower. unless my children are home, because I ain't silly. I've got 5 dogs. I think they're all broken. I think the cats are broken as well because they can't sense anything. Yes,
Nope. He senses everyone.
does it? My dog sense nothing. My Chihuahua is kind of like, got away from me. But
I come home from being out investigating. He's at the foot of the bed or laying on top of me for the first 24 hours. Will not leave me alone. And a lot of times he'll bark at nothing in the house.
wow. Yeah.
So he's more like an alarm clock.
But I think mine are all broken. They're just happy that Mum's home.
Right.
No, and there's 5. They're all like 5 dogs, and they're all kind of small dogs. But no, I still would not. I remember my cat was looking at me one time in the bedroom, and she was staring at the door behind me, and I had to go over and kind of like bop her on the head just a little bit. Could you? I'm standing in my underwear. Could you not?
Right.
And I remember being in Hellfire Club, and I was with a few people. So I was on the 2nd floor of the Hellfire Club in Dublin, and they had left, and they had walked down the hill of Hellfire Club, and I'm like, I can still see you, and then they turned out to be little dots, and I'm like, okay, you're still there. And then I thought to myself, okay, I'm a woman in the Hellfire Club. Remember what I said before, that it's a woman's club now, not a man's club, but I didn't really mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't really mean it. You can come in if you want to.
Then I'm playing.
I was joking. Yeah, I was joking. And I'm looking out of the window to see, actually measuring the drop. Because I know I have to go down 2 flights of stairs, so I could fight a flight, or they'd probably come back in and see me sitting at the corner in a fetal position in the Hellfire Club. You know what I said? I didn't really mean it, It's not a woman's club, it's a man's club. But that place is heavy. Oh, be Jesus, that place is heavy.
I bet. I've seen some video footage over the years of it, and it's just, that place feels off.
The thing that scares me about it most is that hill up to it. That hill is not for the faint-hearted. When people are walking down and you're trying to like hold your breath, like, how are you? When really you're going, because that hill is that, it's not even, it's hell and back, and it is everything that says what it is, the Hellfire Club. There is an easy way to get around it. It's a little longer, but it's a flat path. But this hill that you climb up it, people are walking by saying, beautiful day for a walk, and you're just going, I can't talk, I can't breathe. Halfway's up, can't talk, can't breathe. Let's have a cigarette,
Right.
And then you have to continue up the rest of the hill. And I've kind of like almost broke legs and limbs and cracked ankles and whatnot going down the hill. But it's a steep hill. It's a steep hill. Yeah. My dogs did just kind of, well, my Chihuahua's always with me anyway, but.
So I'm loving this conversation, but we're over the hour mark.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do this again.
Definitely.
Whether we do this on my platform or your platform.
Yep.
We got to do some more of this.
Absolutely. I could talk for Ireland. Let me tell you, I could talk for Ireland.
I hear you. I got a little Irish in me too. My mom was a McGee. So
Irish.
We'll talk a little more about that at backstage.
Absolutely.
So people want to find you. How do they find you?
Emerald
shameless plug.
Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers on Facebook. It is a private page, but if you just kind of, just request it, and I'll jump you all in. And Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers on YouTube, and Shadow Whispers in the Night on Facebook. That's an open page. We have a show on Friday night. Myself, my fabulous friend Nancy, she's my co-host. We have a show on Friday night, and we have a show on Saturday night because we double booked. So
there you go.
Not this weekend, but great show.
All right. So guys, if you're not already following her, get out there, follow her on all the platforms. If you're not following, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you get out Red Road Paranormal YouTube channel. Go ahead and share out the Bobbie RezNeck Calkins Facebook page. Of course, share all access. This is this network. We're doing big things here. We're bringing the content that you're looking for. Make sure you share our channels, share our pages. Tune into all the great content that we got for you guys. With that all being said tonight, I'm going to say get out there and live your dreams because life is too short to dream your life. And with that being said, Gwen, please take us away.